Hey, what's up, everybody? We're here playing Cookie Run Kingdom, and we've got an update coming May 7th, 2025. If we check out the maintenance info, we can see the schedule, and it also says, good to know, the maintenance may be extended. Any changes to maintenance schedule will be announced separately, and maintenance may also end sooner. If we check out the update notice, here we're going to find the details of the update, and it looks really exciting. Starting with, hello and welcome to Cookie Run Kingdom. Get ready to venture into the fantastical Garden of Delights with the cookies in the May 7th update. What's new? The menace of Beast Cookies is looming over Crispia. Hollyberry Cookie and her loyal lieutenants, Wildberry Cookie and Raspberry Cookie, set out on an expedition to Beast Yeast to answer the call of the unknown. However, what they found there was beyond their expectations, a paradise of sweet delights, rest, and healing, and the soothing sound of the lyre. Lear? The lyre. I think that's like a harp thing. Okay, next it says, what awaits our hero in this fantastical land? Will Hollyberry Cookie find her way back to the light of passion? So that is basically a lead up to a new episode. Here we've got episode 9, Garden of Sweet Delights, coming out, and it's going to be the 9th episode taking place in Beast Yeast. Garden of Sweet Delight begins. We have to clear stage 930 and complete the quest Jewelry Box to obtain the Castle Delights designed for our cookie castle. So right now I think I'm still stuck on 830. I'm going to have some work to do because I definitely want to get that design for our cookie castle. Then episode effects. I believe this is going to be for the episode 9 that we're talking about here in Beast Yeast. So here we've got Blessing of Eternal Sugar Cookie. The Blessing of Eternal Sugar Cookie effect will trigger on certain stages of the episode. Defeated enemies will drop hearts. Collect these hearts to activate blast mode. If Eternal Sugar Cookie is on the team, blast mode's duration will be extended. Episode effect rationalization. Starting from the stage 9-3, rationalization will appear. The meter will increase whenever your cookies are attacked, and once it's full, they will gain a debuff. Eternal Sugar Cookie and Pavlova Cookie will receive a buff instead. Rationalization buff, increased attack and attack speed, and cooldown reset. Interesting. Rationalization debuff, reduced attack and attack speed, increased damage, received damage, and a cooldown frozen. Interesting there. Tactical skill, Strike of Bliss, a pair of dazzling wings unfold, dealing damage to enemies. The wings grant attack, crit, and crit damage buffs to ally cookies. Steel type cookies receive more powerful buffs, as well as an extra damage resist buff. Okay, so we're talking about a lot of stuff here, but basically, I think that all is going to be for episode 9 in the Beast Yeast. But there's mentions of 2 new cookies, along with here. There's also mention of a steel type cookie. So that's a couple things that are definitely going to be new, and we're going to see a little bit more about that in just a second. Before we see that, we've got the new Bear Jelly Balloon Expedition area. If we clear all stages on story or a higher difficulty to send expeditions to episode 9, Garden of Sweet Delights, you must have Beast Yeast Stage 1 230 cleared to unlock expeditions to Beast Yeast. And I'm pretty sure this is specifically episode 9. For example, I've got episode 8. I've got all 29 levels finished except for the 30th. So I don't have the Bear Jelly Balloon Expedition just yet. I'm going to be working on it because now we've got episode 9 coming our way. Here, So we clear all of that. Depending on your cookie's fatigue level, you can obtain yeast ore. There are a total of 60 units of yeast ore obtainable from this episode. They will speed up agar cube melting speed in the mines. Okay, they're really cool information, so we know we're still going to have the mines. And for example, we've got different yeast ore. Some of them give you, for example, extra rainbow shells, or there's a boost or something. Here, the new ones are going to give us a boost, so it's going to make the agar cubes melt quicker so we can get those soul stones. Now we're talking. There's a new cookie. It's actually a beast, and it's Eternal Sugar Cookie. Eternal Sugar Cookie is a bomber cookie who uses the skill Eternal Enchantment. Eternal Sugar Cookie floats atop a cotton candy cloud, restoring her own HP and gains an HP shield and immunity. She summons a saccharine breeze, charming enemies and dealing periodic damage. Affected enemies suffer from the delightful temptation debuff, while immune targets receive damage. Afterwards, the sugar coating cracks, dealing damage and putting enemies into an enchanted state. Enchanted durations increase based on the number of charms stacked. When enchantment is dispelled, its duration is over. Or the target is immune, the effect changes to laxness. If the target immune, they receive additional damage. Eternal Sugar Cookie's Mystic Beauty makes enemies who deal damage to her gain the guilt debuff. At maximum stacks, guilt will deal damage to the target in proportion of their attack. The target will also receive increased damage and reduced healing. At the start of a battle, Eternal Sugar Cookie will appear, floating atop a cotton candy cloud, surrounding her cotton candy angels. The cotton candy angels will follow the rest of the team, buffing them and themselves, and dealing damage and debuffing the enemies. The fewer team members are left on the battlefield, the stronger this effect becomes. Eternal Sugar Cookie herself is resistant to charm, enchantment, and laxness. So that's the first cookie, the epic cookie. And next we've got that's the new beast cookie here, Eternal Sugar Cookie. Then we've got the new epic cookie, Pavlova Cookie. And this Pavlova Cookie is a range cookie who uses the skill Heart-Piercing Arrow. I love a good range cookie. It says shoots an arrow into the sky, summoning a rain of arrows falling onto the enemies, dealing damage and applying the red thread debuff. The more targets receive damage, the more stacks of red thread are applied. Summoned creatures are excluded. Additionally, Pavlova Cookie will increase the team's crit and crit damage. Targets who reach the maximum stacks of red thread become charmed when Pavlova Cookie uses his skill. We've got new Biscuit. So here, those are going to be Frozen and Stealin'. Play the new Beast Yeast episode 9 to obtain 2 new Biscuit types, increasing ice and steel type damage. Obtain Biscuit of higher grade upon clearing stages on the higher difficulty levels. Frozen and Stealin' Biscuits start at level 20. There's also going to be new toppings, the Indolent toppings, and we can obtain those, obtain a new set of toppings usable by certain cookies only. The following cookies will be able to equip these toppings, so Eternal Sugar Cookie and Pavlova Cookie, only those 2 cookies. You do not have to equip resonant toppings exclusively for a set effect. Resonant toppings have higher bonus effect values than regular toppings, and resonant toppings bonus effects may differ from those of the regular toppings. Okay, so that's not that new. We can get used to that pretty quick. Here we've got new skill element, and we talked about this earlier. Steel. So we've got, for example, fire, ice, the electric, we've got the light, we've got darkness, and now we've got steel, a new skill element. Steel, used by muscle cookie, raspberry cookie, butter roll cookie, mercurial night cookie, teeny night cookie, plus magic candy, avocado cookie, wild berry cookie, plus magic candy. Then we've got elderberry cookie. Hello. We've got night cookie, werewolf cookie, plus magic candy, Schwarzwalder, and holly berry cookie will be added in this update. So that's going to make a lot of those cookies a lot stronger. Very exciting. So not necessarily the new skill element is going to make them stronger, but if we use that specifically, in the right direction for those cookies, we can definitely get a big boost from it. Next, new artifact in Cookie Alliance, Solid Steel. A new artifact for your steel cookies, Solid Steel, increasing their steel type damage will be added in the upcoming update. Upgrade Solid Steel further to increase the steel cookies damage resist. The upgrade cost is the same as the cost of upgrading other types of artifacts. So in the Cookie Alliance, that's like you can get it I think leveled up 30 times. So for example, the last one, I think I had like level 20 on fire, level 20 on light or electric and ice, and then I try to get the other ones all to level 10 to get that extra bonus effect. So we'll be looking at that. There's a new Cookie Alliance coming soon, and I can't wait to discover it. There's also going to be new treasures, mystical silver fork, and mysterious jewelry box. Mysterious jewelry box. A mysterious jewelry box falls down, dealing area damage relative to the highest attack in your team. If the target is a cookie, it applies debuffs that increase received damage and decrease their attack and crit percentage. Mystical silver fork applies the mystical aura buff for every regular or skill attack from ally cookies. After reaching a certain number of stacks, it will disappear, increasing attack and crit damage for a certain amount of time. Interesting there. Definitely can't wait to check out those new treasures. And then I missed this. Here we've got Boss Rush. Defeat powerful bosses and march on towards greater challenges. Boss Rush returns with new bosses and synergy effects. Build Cookie Team strategically to tackle more and more challenging bosses. You can use multiple attempts to defeat a boss without starting anew. Defeating one boss will unlock the next boss. Some bosses have range effects that trigger when their HP drops below a certain point. Beware. These effects might change the tide of the battle in the boss's favor. So this is going to be Boss Rush, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit trickier than last time, and I can't wait to see what we have in store for us. Next, you can activate up to 6 synergy effects when you're building your team. The faster you defeat the boss, the more points you can obtain. The timer starts as soon as you enter the battle. So I'm super excited for that, and I'm definitely going to be making videos with my cookie teams. When it comes to seasons, this season consists of 2 parts, and the rankings are calculated for each. Achieved suppression level and stage progress will carry over. For first half, Season 2-1, duration May 7th update to May 20th, GMT +9. Here we've got ranked stages 1 to 15. Max suppression level is level 30. Then the second half of the season, Season 2-2, is going to be from May 21st to June 3rd. Ranked stages 16 to 30. And here the max suppression level is going to be 100. Ooh, it's going to get intense. Then rage effects. Certain bosses have a rage effect. Check their details for more info. Rage effects trigger once the boss's HP drops below a certain point, changing the boss's attack pattern and vulnerability. Utilize different synergy effects to counter rage effects. Entry token. Use boss rush tickets to play boss rush. Claim boss rush tickets 6 times every day at midnight, or purchase additional boss rush tickets with crystals or by watching ads. Synergy effects. Build your boss rush team in the way that allows you to activate as many synergy effects as possible. Use synergy effects to tackle each boss in the most efficient way. Certain stages have hidden synergy effects. Look for clues. Suppression levels. Increase your suppression level to gain an advantage against stronger bosses. To do so, you'll need to collect suppression spears, which can be obtained from the battle supply chest. Rewards in battle supply chests accumulated over time, so make sure to check them regularly. Star bonus. Gain bonus effects according to your team's total number of promotions, ascensions, and awakening stars. Promotion and awakening amount up to 10 stars. Awakening stars are added to promotion and ascension stars, and beast stars are doubled. Each cookie can bring up to 10 stars. Okay. I'll be honest, some of this stuff I'm reading doesn't always make sense. We got to wait for the update for it to all fit into place. Everything for the boss rush made sense here until these stars. So, to be continued. Battle supply chest. Open battle supply chest in the boss rush lobby. These chests contain suppression spears needed to upgrade your suppression level, along with challenge coins. Rewards will automatically accumulate after a certain period of time. All players will receive the same amount of rewards regardless of when they open the chest. Okay, cool. Boss rush shop. Collect challenge coins and use them to purchase various items in the shop. The selection of items will be reset between 2 seasons. Okay, very cool. So we're going to be able to raid or rush out the shop. We're going to be able to buy everything in the first season, 2-1, and then again in 2-2. Retry mode. Clear all stages to unlock retry mode, in which you can try to improve your score by defeating bosses even faster. Your final ranking is calculated based on the sum of your scores you achieved on each stage. If there is a score you wish to improve, this is your chance. So once you've played all the levels and you get to the end, then you're going to be able to come back to the previous levels and try to get an even better score. So ranking, your final ranking is calculated by the sum of scores you achieved on each level. The faster you defeat each boss, the better your score will be. Practice mode. Test various teams and synergy effects in this mode. Special conditions in Boss Rush. All players will have their cookie stats adjusted to the same levels. All cookies will have their levels and skill levels boosted to level 90. Biscuit below level 20 will be boosted to level 20 with their bonus effects deactivated. All kingdom passive effects will be deactivated. So that means like buildings, I think research, and other things that help make your cookies stronger, those aren't going to count. So it's going to be a more even playing field for newer players. Treasures and guild buffs will have no effect as well. So yeah, sometimes your alliance, you can get like extra attack, defense, and HP or something like that. Here, those aren't going to have any effect. Playing on. You can quit and later continue battling a boss. However, if you use a different device, your battle records will be lost and the boss rush ticket will be used. Whoo, girl. Okay, additions, changes, and improvements, gameplay improvements, cookie gacha, and featured gacha Cookie Gotcha probability details, it has come to our attention that our previous explanation regarding the gotcha probabilities was insufficient. Sorry for the inconvenience. We have updated the information related to the gotcha probabilities as follows. Added information regarding the guaranteed cookie for every 10 and 100 pulls. Added new buttons to the probability table. Tap on them to learn more details about the guaranteed cookies. The Order's Sacred Fork Effect. The treasure will become more effective at countering hit shields. Imbued with sacred power, the fork deals additional damage proportional to each cookie's attack with each of the regular and skill attacks. The amount of damage for the boss enemies is greater. If the target has a hit shield, it reduces the hit shield by 1 instead of dealing damage. Interesting. Treasure description. Updated priestesses, cookies, paper charm, and thunder gods paper charm. Description is as follows with their effects unchanged. Priestesses, cookies, paper charm. Curses the nearest enemy, removes buffs from all enemies around them, and dealing a portion of the team's total attack. Thunder God's Paper Charm deals area damage equal to a portion of the team's total attack to nearby enemies, targets cookies first, and removes buffs from all nearby enemies. Then let's talk about costumes. Legendary costumes in the Rainbow Crystal shop. Added Splitter of the Seas to the Rainbow Crystal shop. Black Pearl Cookies Faded Radiance costume will be on sale until the first update in June. Other news, English voice overs, Cookie Alliance schedule changes, and bug fixes. So here we've got fixed an issue where resonant toppings weren't displayed on the breakdown menu after applying the filter. Whoo, girl. Okay, well, that's about it. But at the same time, that's a lot of stuff. Here, we don't have much time left to go, and I definitely want to make sure I crush everything as much as possible and that I'm ready for the next update. I've got a couple things left to do, and I'm going to make another video for that. So if ever you want to see that video, just click in the top left corner. Hey, everybody. I'm sending so many positive energies out there. There's only 5 hours and 23 minutes left for the Fire Gem Gotcha. Let's go. Stay tuned for that video. I'll be linking it there. Thanks again, everybody. Sending tons of positive energies, and I hope you have fun with this new update. Happy gaming. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Peace.